Donated by the United States through the World Health Organization's COVAX facility, a consignment of 1.5 million Moderna vaccines arrived in the country at 9 a.m. today on board a Qatar Airways charter flight. The first batch of the Moderna vaccine was received by Minister of Health Pavitra Vanniyarachchi, State Minister of Production, Supply and Regulation of Pharmaceuticals Professor Channa Jayasumana and US Ambassador to Sri Lanka Alena B. Teplitz. Moderna is the fifth addition to Sri Lanka's vaccine mix currently used in the island's immunization drive against the novel coronavirus. Speaking to media, US Ambassador to Sri Lanka Alena B. Teplitz expressed delight to be part of Sri Lanka's COVID success story.
1.5 million doses of Moderna vaccine straight from the United States and our national stockpile from the American people to share with the people of Sri Lanka. Really grateful for the support of the government here. We're very happy to be part of Sri Lanka's COVID success story.
Welcoming the vaccine stock, State Minister of Production, Supply and Regulation of Pharmaceuticals Professor Channa Jayasumana revealed that the Moderna vaccines will be used to vaccinate people in the Kandy district.
On behalf of the government of Sri Lanka and people of Sri Lanka, I would like to thank the United States to send us this donation of 1.5 million doses of Moderna. It's mRNA-based vaccines, almost like Pfizer, and it shows very high efficacy, almost 93% efficacy, and it is widely used in the United States. So we will send this stock of Moderna vaccines to Kandy district to complete the vaccination process there.
Meanwhile, the country's vaccination drive is forging ahead with health sector officials as well as military personnel manning the island-wide vaccination centres. During the course of yesterday, a remarkable 315,121 people were vaccinated against COVID-19. According to the epidemiology unit, to date, 5,175,605 people have received their first dose, which amounts to about 37% of the country's adult population. Further, 1,628,876 people have received both doses, which translates to about 12% of the adult population. Meanwhile, with the addition of 1.5 million doses of the Moderna vaccine to the country's stockpile, the island has so far received 10,098,100 doses of 5 vaccine varieties. Of these doses, 6,804,481 members of the general public have been administered with the vaccine, with a remaining stock of 3,293,619 vaccines yet to be used. What's more, the country's inoculation drive will be further strengthened by the arrival of a consignment of 5.2 million doses before the end of this month. The consignment will comprise of 3.6 million Sinopharm vaccines, 1.4 million AstraZeneca and 150,000 Pfizer vaccines. This will provide a much-needed boost to the government's ambitious target of immunizing 14 million people over the age of 18 in Sri Lanka by the end of this year. In addition, the National Medicines Regulatory Authority granted the Chinese-manufactured Sinovac vaccine permission for emergency use in Sri Lanka. Accordingly, all of the COVID-19 vaccines approved by the World Health Organization have received emergency approval for use in Sri Lanka.
Lever Ayush Kaha Sabang Sandak Wage Babalana Pivituru Samakata